Can I not tease you about having a baby? What's up with that?
Yeah,
We're live.
it's bad.
Anyway.
There's only so much I can sit.
Hey there, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's about 9 o'clock. It's time for What's on Joe Mind. How are you?
I fucking hate you.
We're starting early. She's working blue tonight.
You know what it says down there? Angry for two.
We'll be right back. Listen to our kick-ass theme song. Even again.
That's right.
It's What's on Joe Mind. We're a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry, and welcome to the program. Still not used to this whole Tuesday night thing. Still weird.
I think you're not used to this whole overnight thing.
That goes without saying. I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
I think your whole life is in flux right now.
It's just my life is a series of naps and going to work. Figure Six Pack says Hoodie sent me here. Welcome. Thank you for that. We love to see friends of Hoodro. We just want to see you show up every week. Then we will be impressed.
Well,
ACC 788 says hi. Well, good. He better.
No, Jeff Butler's playing for the win right here. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to get it started with What's on Joe Mind tonight.
Boom, boom.
I mean, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's we would do a Muppet episode if we could, but we don't have it in the budget to do a puppet of Joe Colton for two.
I like to think I'd be Animal.
there is a Muppet of me.
Because redhead.
I mean, Mark, I hate to break this to you. You're more of a Scooter.
No, I'm Beaker. I'm pretty much. It's fine. It's fine.
That's kind of the skin tone there. It's
Dude, cool. Beaker sings a mean Danny boy. That's hard to find, let me tell you.
Hey, I played that for the kids on St. Patrick's Day.
We are just past St. Patrick's Day, of course, and Rob and I were watching something on YouTube over the weekend, and it went to a YouTube commercial because I refused to pay $12 a month for commercial-free YouTube, and it was the whole thing on Danny Boy, right? Like the whole song. And I had gotten up. I was in the kitchen, and right as they're coming down to the end of it, I come back into the room, and right as they're coming to the big finish on Danny Boy, this big tearful, soulful Irish rendition. I go, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. Oh, Danny Boy. And just Rob was floored. So it was good.
Hey, before we get into it, Diana Davis has a good point about the torrential rains out in California.
It's pouring up so much. There's line of pairs of animals waiting to get on the 405.
The 405.
They don't want to get on the 405. It's jammed.
It's gonna be jammed.
Don't they know it's jammed?
Awesome.
Appreciate the setup.
Have you seen the 110?
The 110 all the way down to Rancho Cucamonga.
You gotta go over to Ventura.
And then take that to Alhambra and take that all the way up.
Felix Urquina says, hello, everybody. I am always here, but I finally commented. Well, what took you so long?
That's right.
We've been showing up every week for like 2.5 years.
Commenting's
from us.
Commenting's
Maybe
free.
he's not brave enough. You gotta encourage them to comment.
That's true. Commenting is free, but if it's bad, you pay. That's how it works.
Yes, it's
our violent already.
Double our normal rate of free.
We got the whole comment section doing California live stream traffic.
Right.
We win again.
I don't think Stuart's going to get home.
If you're catching us on Facebook tonight, go ahead and leave us a thumbs up or a heart or a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. That's what gets the algorithms moving over there. If you catch us on YouTube, thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel first and foremost, and give us a thumbs up. That's the two things you can do to help us out the absolute most. Keep this thing growing. We are trying to get to 1,200 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be nice. We got to 1,000 quite a while ago. We just kind of sat here for a while. So I do appreciate the little bump we've had, but let's keep it bumping. Keep spreading the word. Share us. Leave comments. Do all the cool YouTube things, and let's get this thing rolling.
1,200 real people.
Right.
No bots allowed.
Viper Scout says, see, how much do I owe for my comments? And again, like Mark said, they better be good. Otherwise, we charge you double.
That's it.
Right. Generally, we'll put you at the regular price plateau. The bill will come later.
We have payment plans. Very affordable.
The Quiet Silence asks, was What's on Joe Mind delayed like Outback? Many weeks, yes. This week we got off pretty close to time. We do leave a little bit of a bump just in case Brian runs long. We try not to overlap on his good program. He's kind enough to share Tuesday night with us, so we don't want to run overlap on him if we can avoid it.
No, we want to be good neighbors.
Slides to download.
Yeah,
right.
we want to be good neighbors. Plus, he's the Big Bang Show to our AEW Dynamite. So bring him on over.
Right. Send him over.
Right. Orange Cassidy. Who the hell is Orange? Okay.
Yes, Orange Cassidy.
Sucks.
Sean Russell notes that we are nicer to the new guys. We are, but it's usually because we know the old guys.
Yeah, the old people can take it. If you're still with us.
Right. We know Sean.
You know
Russell.
by now.
We know Sean Russell personally, so we can be mean to him. Or I do anyway. That's my
I'm not mean to Sean. I like Sean.
I like Sean too, but that doesn't matter.
What does caca big Canadian mean?
What?
I just assume Joe's got to explain it. I assume that's like Timbits or poutine or
Like
no. Look on the screen, Mark. Look on this. It's little Canadian flag emojis. I don't know why you're not seeing that, but
yeah, I don't get it either. I get CA.
Yeah, it says caca to me.
Yeah.
No, it's little Canadian flags.
All right.
No, not to everybody.
Canadian congrats to Ms. Joe on the baby bump.
Thank you, Raymond.
See,
At first, I thought it was some kind of version of.
There's a legitimate sentiment there, so you know it's not just craziness going on.
See, Ragtime Rob knows every time like somebody makes that sound, you got to make the comeback.
Retort, exactly. Turd Ferguson, first time watcher, first time commenter. I usually listen to you guys when driving, but I'm here tonight. Well, welcome, Turd.
Hey, thank you.
He's got a big hat. It's funny.
He will probably not make it through Final Jeopardy.
Turd Ferguson. Well, that's just great.
Rich Cohan is so excited. This is the first time he's been here with Joe Colton, which says something more about Joe Colton's attendance than Rich Cohan's.
And Rich, you never forget your first time. Wait.
That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
Diana Davis notes that What's on Joe Mind? Rude to old people.
Frequently.
Yes.
Often.
What's on Joe Mind is old people at this point. But what do you say? We got a lot on the community calendar, especially tonight. So let's go ahead and roll into community calendar early.
Avert your eyes.
Let's get it going.
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe Mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community calendar.
Wow, kicking an old school.
Cool.
Retro.
Remember, if you've got an event that you want us to plug, get it up to that email you saw on the screen there. What's on Joe Mind at gmail.com. And we'll do our best to get it on. Don't get it to me on like Tuesday afternoon because I'm done with show prep by then most of the time. I'm through it.
Unless Hasbro announces figures an hour before the show, like last week.
Right. That was fun, but that's why I try to get everything else done Monday night. You know, that's I leave myself open. There would have been no chance because Rob and I we had dinner with a friend of ours, So there was no chance of any late breaking news. Something, for all we know, something happened out there earlier this afternoon. We don't know. We don't.
Mercer.
I'm okay with missing that. That can sit a week. Mercer sucks. But anyhow,
to Ginsu Mirage 2-pack.
Ooh, see now I'd be all over the Ginsu Mirage 2-pack. Anyways, first up, it's this weekend. It's the Lexington Comic-Con in Lexington, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's the former stomping grounds of our friend Roger Taft, but he's not there anymore. He bailed. Anyways, guests include Larry Hama, Sergeant Slaughter, Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, Tom Kenny, Jason Lee, Jamie Presley, Sam Raimi, Kevin Smith, and many, many more. If tickets are still available, they're going to be at the LexingtonComicCon.com website. It's kind of a big one, so it's not cheap. I believe parking is free, but that might be all that's free.
It's a 4-day event.
Yeah. This is a big deal. This is regionally speaking a big deal. So, oh, look at Danjamin 905, old people and Joe. Whatever. Suck up on your time, pal.
I like this.
Anyhow,
Joe gets to take her age and Little Joe's age and average them.
Lexington Comic-Con is not competing with WrestleMania this weekend.
No.
Man, even I know that.
Do you think Jason Lee gets in free or do they charge him? Just saying.
I mean,
he probably sneaks in with Kevin Smith.
That's probably it.
He's part of the posse.
Mallrats.
Right?
Mallrats.
Next up.
Wait.
Jump in the gun. We don't have sound effects for community calendar.
WrestleMania is April 1st. Yeah.
Yeah, it's next weekend. Not this weekend. Next weekend.
Yes.
Anyways.
It's competing with the Final Four.
Also that weekend, this coming weekend is Toylanta, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in Peachtree Corners, just outside of Atlanta. Get all the details at toylanta.com or on their Facebook page. Tickets can be purchased on the toylanta.com website. This is the show formerly known as Joe Lanta. It still has a strong G.I. Joe presence. Great dealer room in Toylanta if you're looking for Joes, both 3 3/4 or 12-inch or any other scale that might be out there. So if you're in the neighborhood, check out Toylanta, even though they sold us out. Figure Six-Pack says, I actually thought Jason Lee was Ryan Reynolds and vice versa.
Same shtick. One slightly more successful than the other.
Yeah. One made about $1 billion selling his
iPhone or his
cellular phone company in the last month, and one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, Matt Rubin is cursing beloved wrestling internet personality Simon Miller. That's a strong stance to take, even if he gave you wrong information.
Man.
Yep.
Simon Miller is beloved by all. He's a nice man. Sean Russell notes that next year it will be my Lanta. It's your Lanta, it's my Lanta, our Lanta.
Either way, it coats the stomach and soothes.
Quiet silence, getting right to the point. Free parking? I don't know. Parking info is available on the website. So, find out for yourselves. Get back to us. Better yet, go to the show, park, and get back to us.
Yeah, park and then run in before they can charge you. It works, trust me.
If you just don't give them money, it's free, right?
Right.
That's how that works.
Look, just leave without paying for parking while exclaiming, Duke Phillips pays for nothing.
One of these days, somebody's going to catch one of Rob's obscure references besides me, and that'll be the day that he needs to go off and do his own spin-off show. Anyways, next up. Going forward, same weekend. This is on what's the Sunday, the Fort Wayne Hobby Collectible Show at the Allen County Fairgrounds, up about 2 hours north of the What's on Joe Mind compound. That is Sunday, 11 to 4. Admission is free. Parking is free. The citizens of Fort Wayne rejoice.
Yay.
Nick Adams notes that all parking is free if you're willing to abandon your car or abandon the car that you borrowed.
See, that's really the free.
Nick knows the score. As always, that's
like
the voice of reason, Nick Adams.
Can't you see him in Superhead going opposite directions, going split 5-0, man?
5-0, 5-0.
Seeing Nick Adams and Pops from regular show, yeah.
That's some really real wrestling.
Oh, I love regular show. I've been watching it again on HBO Max lately.
Best part ever.
Good times.
You need to tell me when you come across that episode. I need to see that.
It's early.
So good.
Oh, okay.
Early. Yeah, that's one of the early ones, first season.
When you say my mom, you're actually talking about your own mom.
Yeah, because Muscle Man, he does the my mom thing the entire run.
Yeah.
Like it never stops. He never changes that bit.
Yeah, only one guy ever tries to explain to him his misconception. And
Right.
High Five Ghost knows that you don't want to go down that path. He grows hands to try to warn you.
I like how we keep finding members of High Five Ghosts extended family. Like we've met more of this Ghosts family than, and they're all, of course, also ghosts.
Oh, naturally.
I mean,
Genetics.
yeah. For a show that deals with death kind of often, you never know how it works with High Five Ghost being dead, or having families of entire dead things, or were they just born that way? It's best not to think about it.
Yeah.
Anyways. Benjamin Kitt says, I'm an hour and a half north of Fort Wayne. That's tempting. I wish I didn't have Masterpiece Skyfire and just didn't get charged to my card. Oh, come on, man. It's free. Parking is free. Admission is free. It's free. You can afford free. Come on.
I saw a meme of.
There's a cheaper alternative.
Oh, I think I saw a meme of, I think it was DiCaprio
Not
or
much
somebody.
cheaper.
And it said, people look at my toy collection and think I'm rich. No, I just make bad decisions.
Right.
Yep.
We're not rich. We're irresponsible.
We're just heavily in debt.
Oh,
I'll be working till I'm 85.
oh goodness. Next up, we're going to stretch into next week.
Oh, wait.
What?
There's a con this weekend that I am going to.
Okay. Well, did you
You
tell
send
me?
us the.
Did you
send us the info?
email at what's
I
on
did
Joe Mind at
not.
Gmail?
But I figured you would know.
I don't catch anything. I keep warning you that I don't know your schedule. You have to tell me your schedule. So why don't you go ahead, plug your damn show, Joe Colton.
Okay, so it's GalaxyCon Richmond, Virginia, March 24th to 26th at the Greater Richmond Convention Center. And the Finest will be there having a booth with a Terradome background, some vehicles, and a bunch of cosplayers that are dressed up in G.I. Joe. That's it. That's what I got.
How's the parking situation?
Is the parking free?
Parking is not free.
Oh well.
Screw it.
Right.
Now, maybe this is cosplay faux pas, but can you tell the people what you'll be wearing, or is that still a secret?
Something pregnant related.
I think folks were expecting that one, Joe. I don't know.
Mid-season 3,
No,
Lucy
you would be
Ricardo.
surprised when people try.
You're going as Steve Balboni. Gonna be great.
Yep.
Gonna be great.
Yeah.
That mustache is gonna be
I had
amazing.
a fan ask me if I was gonna do like a Spider Gwen ever or like what did they ask me today?
I mean, you do have to take advantage now that you think about it. I mean, this is really an opportunity for you to cosplay all the great fat guys.
Thor.
Yeah.
I should ask Wes if I can borrow his Thor costume.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the legitimate guest list at the Richmond Galaxy Con? Like what celebrities we got there?
We have Jason Keith, who you kind of know.
The Red Ranger?
No, he is the Marvel artist.
Oh, okay.
He is going to be there, and hold on, I will tell you.
Sean Russo's vote is Pregnant Serpentor.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Serpentor? No. Last time I recall, you were 190 degrees in that costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't go over so well.
Built-in incubator.
Right. We're trying to get her to have a baby here. We're not trying to get her to kick out a toaster strudel.
Yeah, that would be a lot. I don't think I could. I would not make it like 10 minutes in that outfit.
Matt, you could try and cosplay pregnant Kira Nerys from Star Trek DS9.
I could. Yep, she is on the list. I wanted to do Padme, but I couldn't find the costume. So.
You're about 1.5 feet too tall to be pregnant Kira Nerys, but I guess height's not really a thing.
True.
I'm thinking Joe and corset aren't really working right now, nor the Baroness. What is it? Hard plastic chest plate. I'm thinking that's not happening right now.
I can barely breathe right now.
I can just see Wes with his foot in the middle of your back, just pulling the tire.
I was actually asked if I could do Wonder Woman for a charity event, and I was like, I could see if I could get into it. And Wes was like, "Oh, your belly can get into it, and that's about it."
Is it a seated cosplay? Can you get a high table, maybe?
No, he's like, it'll either cover your boobs and your stomach will be out, or it'll cover your stomach and nothing else.
Here's what you do: you get like those wooden cutouts, you stick your head through, like at the Atlantic City Boardwalk.
That's a good idea.
Just take the picture there.
Said, can I do like pregnant Wanda? Because they wanted superheroes and people from the MCU or DCU, and the lady was like, "Well, we kind of wanted you as Wonder Woman," and I was like, "I don't think I can wear that." Kind of 6 months pregnant.
Yeah, not till fall at best, right?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, Vision, like WandaVision Vision, is really just a dude in a suit with all the face and hand paint, right?
White Vision or
no, just like around the house Vision was just dude in a suit with the face paint and the hand paint. That ain't that hard. Wes just got to shave his head.
I don't know if he would do that for me. I don't know if I want him to do that for me.
Just say it. So,
okay, so we got Scott Steiner is going to be there as well.
Big Papa Pump.
Do some math.
You got to holler if you hear him.
I will. Stephen Amell, who is Green Arrow, is going to be there as well.
Nice.
Is it considered rude if Wes shows up as Green Arrow?
I told him to wear it to meet him, and he was like, "But I'm doing other things." So he's, I think Charlie Cox and is it Vincent D'Onofrio?
Mm-hmm.
He's Kingpin. He's also going to be there. John Barrowman. Yeah, John Barrowman is going to be there.
That's a good show.
Yeah, we've got Mick Foley is going to be there. Kevin Nash is going to be there.
Just don't surprise him. He might blow a quad.
Okay.
So wait, Foley, Nash, and Steiner?
Yeah.
That's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
One of them.
One of them. One of them.
Scott in his youth was incredible. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yes. Matt Hardy is going to be there.
Nash in his youth was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's actually really nice and very tall. Yeah.
Who, Hardy?
No, Kevin Nash is really tall.
Yeah, Nash.
Britt Baker, Hangman, Adam Page, Lex Luger, Ron Simmons, Chris
Good Lord.
Statlander.
This is just WrestlePalooza.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is AEW taping a show?
I don't know.
Felix Urquinas wants to clarify. Wasn't Baroness pregnant in IDW?
Not IDW.
No.
Well, I think that wasn't that Late Devil's Due?
I thought
It did happen.
Yeah.
It did happen. Because she had a baby and she was like the government was keeping her separated from it, and like
that sounds like Devil's Due after they went to like during the America's Elite run.
Do you remember
Righteous Baroness Rage?
Remember the big reveal? This was right after I left Hasbro, I think, when Scarlet went to the underwater prison and revealed that she had the Baroness captured and nobody knew it. And it was Sitterson, I think, right in the book at that point, who had a rough end. His big reveal was going to be that the Baroness had let herself go in prison, and he was going to make her like 310 pounds. He thought that was going to be awesome.
Nobody gets that fat on prison food.
Yeah, and that was one of my points was, well, no, you can't get fat. You can't be in shape and get tremendously fat in prison, but okay. And number two, no. So one man, I don't know if I was the only one in the way, but I was the guy who said no.
And we all thank you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
if you want her to look, quasi-homely as the Baroness can get with no makeup and having been in jail for a couple months, fine. But the last thing she's going to do is let herself go, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's just not. It's not possible.
No, she would Sarah Connor in jail, right? She would actually get more ripped just to piss people off.
You're just getting the minimum 3 squares a day in incarceration. You're not getting enough food to get fat. Believe me, I know about getting fat. But Jeff Butler backing us up. Baroness was pregnant and Devil's Due pre-America's Elite. There we go.
Okay.
I think one of the subplots that ended the book was I think Cobra Commander had kidnapped the baby. And Destro was actually helping the Joes, like in the last storyline. So
I was not reading at the end of Devil's Due, so
I read that last storyline because I wanted to see how they finished it. But
I just remember Billy running around going, "He's showing the baby! He's showing the baby!"
Billy got killed.
Moving forward, March 31st, Pop Culture Power Show in Stafford, Texas, outside of Houston. Guests include Larry Hama again, and then it is a veritable buffet of G.I. Joe voice talent. Greg Berger, Arthur Burkhart, Zach Hoffman, Morgan Lofting, plus Joe Ryder, Andrew Wildman, and comic creator Roy Thomas in attendance. So Rob will be there.
Joe Pensler, Andrew Wildman.
That's Joe Royalty.
Sorry.
G.I. Joe Royalty right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show.
A lot of it, yes. That's What's on Joe Mind royalty, too.
Yeah.
Not to toot my own horn, but I had a little chat with Arthur Burkhart the other night.
Oh, did you?
He says hello.
Good.
Arthur is a wonderful man.
Great guy.
Good. What was up with Arthur Burkhart?
I got a call at work at like noon, and I'm not answering my cell phone, so I let it go to voicemail, and then I think popped up, and it's like, "Mark, my brother," all spelled out. It's always going to be cool just to have the voice of Destro be going, "My brother."
That kind of is how, like, he does just tend to reach out to you out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm special or I'm unique or anything. It just randomly, once in a while, phone rings and it's Destro on the other end, and I'm like, right. Hell yes.
I get the random texts from him and from Morgan Lofting every so often.
Yes, Morgan Lofting. We talk about art.
I don't really know Morgan, which is a shame because you guys tell me she's lovely.
She tried to beat me up.
I held the door for her once, and she said, "Thank you, darling." She had no idea who I was. Still doesn't. But yeah, I would never. If I called Arthur Burkhart, he'd be like, "Who's this?" But when he calls me, I'm Mark, my brother. Very nice.
All right. But yes, visit the website, popculturepowershow.com. Or no, Power Shows, pwrshows.com for ticket and pricing information. Parking is free.
That's what we're talking about.
It's parking business, huh?
Look, it's the hallmark of a great show. Free park.
Whatever.
Pop Culture Power Show is not a midweek show.
No, they have. I think they just have registration on Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the show. That's another pretty big one. A lot of comic folks at Pop Culture Power Show. That's more of a comic creator show. Like that guest list on Voice Talent. That's pretty much the only non-comic book folks in attendance. So, but the comic book list was long and varied. I just picked out the one that had something to do with G.I. Joe and Roy Thomas, who's a legend. So, because I only got so much space for one slide, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, check that out if you're in or around Houston. Coming up soon, Steel City Comic Con. That is next weekend, March 31 to April 2, just outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in Monroeville at the Convention Center. You can get more info on pricing and ticket availability at steelcitycon.com. Another big show, so not inexpensive, but certainly worth your money if you're heading out that way. Guests include Richard Dean Anderson, Nancy Cartwright, Richard Dreyfuss, the AEW champ MJF, Kelsey Grammer, Michael C. Hall, Dolph Lundgren, Ripcord from Renegades, Kari Payton, Emmy Award-winning Kari Payton, Jesse Ventura, George Wendt, and many more.
Norm?
Right, George Wendt.
MJF's going to cut a promo on Norm.
On Norm?
Go for it, man.
And George Wendt is going to be, who are you?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you always kind of take a half step back when the muscled out 26-year-old guy is shouting angry words at you.
Dude, he's ripped right now.
Yeah, he's big.
He's really put it all together, man.
He's a star, man. He's a star. I know your feelings on AEW are somewhat mixed, but you cannot deny him.
No, not on him. Yeah. He's fantastic.
Cannot deny MJF.
I just want to hear Kelsey Grammer just go, "Oh, cousin Merle."
Oh, cousin Merle, really?
Hello, Bart.
My sniff hound's done gone to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Keach done gone to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Nice, he lost me.
You know, Bob, cousin Merle ain't been quite right.
I know it's Sideshow Bob, but
that's the episode where he pairs up with his brother, played by David Hyde Pierce. Oh no, one of the best. One of the 10 best episodes of the entire show.
Sideshow Cecil is fantastic.
David Allen says Spider-Woman version 2 pregnant costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yep.
It's a thought. It's a good one right there. But,
this is the longest community calendar ever.
Oh, God, we got a couple more.
Holy smokes!
I mean, you know, we had our run of Western Pennsylvania shows come from Matt Rubin, so we got a lot coming.
I don't think Richard Dean Anderson could get us out of this.
No.
Oh, he can.
Unless he had a pen and a rubber band.
A paper plate, a coat hanger, a half a pack of gum, and a small thermonuclear device.
There you go.
Scraping the radium off of some old watch hands.
April 1st in Tiverton, Rhode Island, Retro Expo is on the calendar.
That's Tiverton.
I'm sorry. I figured you would be able to clarify that. Ron Rudat will be there. I'm
finally a New England snob.
You going to get out to Retro Expo?
Maybe say hi to Ron.
Right? It's at the Long Play Family and Sports Complex. Look, you're in Rhode Island. This is no more than an hour from you by law.
People are like, it's in Rhode Island. Is that close to you? I'm like, please.
It's Rhode Island.
By law, physical law, it has to be close to it.
Rhode Island is the size of Phoenix.
When I was in Cub Scouts way back in the day, we drove to Boston from Long Island, and it took an hour to go through Rhode Island.
Yeah,
an hour.
That's a long time. You hit pretty much both diagonal corners. Yeah,
right. Ticket info is available at retroexpos.com. However, their parking situation is not known. I am going to guess that is free parking, but I cannot guarantee.
You have to park in Providence, but it's just across the street.
Right.
Yeah,
It's just right there.
You just take the 95 all the way up.
Right. It's going to be jammed.
It's always jammed. Especially track around the dunk, which they've renamed.
Oh, so get out and meet the honcho. Retro Expo, April 1st. Unless he's pulling April Fools on us.
Nah, come to my booth. Stand by me. You'll look tan.
Oh, and then on the April 8th, you got nothing to do Easter weekend, head up to Chicago. Head to Toy du Jour to celebrate the release of our friends' After Action Report Volume 2. Josh and Roger will be on hand for the signing, as well as Devil's Dues, Josh Blaylock, Tim Seeley, and Sam Wells, who happens to be the owner-operator of Toy du Jour. But copies of the book will be available for purchase, so be sure to check it out. That is in Chicago. You can see the address there on screen. They'll be there from 1 to 7.
It's a good road trip.
Right?
Yeah, Chicago.
Might have to try and get there ourselves. It's not
Go
too
to
far.
Gibson's.
We're
Get a steak.
heading up that way to see the folks, and they're within an hour of Toy du Jour. We might make that swing, Rob.
Go to Gibson's. Get a steak. Oh.
Yes, definitely get a steak.
Free parking at Mark's house. Not much. Not much.
First come, first serve, and that's literally just the first one.
We got room for one.
First one.
Table for two, can't help you.
April 15th brings us Super Toy events in Canfield, Ohio at the fairgrounds.
Look, there's High Five Ghost's cousin.
That is from 10 to 4, $5 to get in. Parking is unclear, but visit them on Facebook for more details. I'm not even sure where Canfield is in Ohio, but they got a show, so check it out.
It's in the middle of a field of cans. I don't know.
Interesting possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting if true.
And of course, we've been plugging this for a few weeks now. April 30th is the Greater Adirondack Toy and Comic Show. Be the first show appearance of their guest of honor, Lisa Raggio, who is Zorana on G.I. Joe Real American Hero. A chance to finally meet that particular cast member. She has not made the rounds before this. You can get more details at the website, and that is the Greater Adirondack Toy and Comic Show.com. That's a mouthful. Yeah, check that out. If you're up in the area of upstate New York, it's a good show to make. Okay.
Be nice to her. Don't scare her off.
Right? So help me, we'll hear about it.
We will.
And we'll send Racktime Rob after you.
I'll shake my fist at you.
And then finally, Toy Palooza, a new location. That is also April 30th if you're more in the Pittsburgh area. $5 to get in, $10 for VIP. That is from 11 to 4. VIP will get you in at 10. You can visit them on Facebook for more details. Tickets are purchased online at toypalooza.com.
That's intense.
It is, but look at it. It's right there. It's got a little explosion effect and everything.
It's too intense.
It would probably be muffled if you wore headphones, but you know.
The baby's got them.
The headphones are on the stomach, so the baby can hear our voices and get used to us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing Mozart for the baby. So.
And every time you say "toy palooza," she kicks Joe. Bam.
She's been kicking quite a bit this evening.
Yeah.
Bart says, "Toy Palooza, come see me at my booth for 0% off."
All right.
That's the What's on Joe Mind guarantee.
Mm-hmm.
That's carrying on in the proud Dave Draper at Toyman tradition.
Maybe they should hug Bart.
That's right. Give Bart a hug at Toy Palooza. Tell him What's on Joe Mind sent you, and he may hunt us down.
Mm-hmm. But either way, you'll be fine. Ish.
Jeff Butler says, now Massachusetts needs a Toy Palooza. And Benjamin 905 assures us, it's loud with headphones.
Well, of course it is.
You're lucky we didn't play the other community calendar.
Good that I'm on. Good that I'm on pace. Good that I'm there. I'll hug anyone. No throat punches. There we go. Good job, Bart. You're the guy.
That is a bold choice.
Right. We can send you some winners.
Hey, Brandy, this guy's giving out hugs.
Andrew Galgan, longest community calendar ever.
Exclusively on What's on Joe Mind.
Hey, we're growing our community.
That's right. And thankfully, that's all we got on community calendar.
Aw.
That's a wrap on community calendar.
We were just getting warmed up.
All right. Well, welcome to Thursday.
I hated being on What's on Joe Mind.
That brutal chest cut.
Shipless layout. Shipless layout.
Big fan of Giant Ricondo.
I love them all.
Weirdo.
Again, remember, if you've got a show that you want to plug, send it on to us. What's on Joe Mind at gmail.com. Really, if you want to get a hold of us at all, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
If you got questions, if you got something you want for mail call, which we hope to be starting up again soon, you got a show, you got just want to chat, what's on Joe Mind at gmail.com. Much better than other social media for that sort of thing. Just it's easier to keep consolidated and in one place.
Send us a bunch of shows, and next week we might do all community calendar. 2 hours of community calendar coming your way.
Look, if community calendar grows into that kind of a monolith, I'll just spin it off into its own deal.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But
all I can say is if it's that kind of week, Kentucky better have a G.I. Joe show.
And then we'll get knockoff shows doing their own community calendar. Coming up this week, it's Toy Palooza.
And people will jump on rumored shows.
Let's bring my son in here.
Rumor has it there may be a show in Poughkeepsie.
you always got to just wait Mark out till the end because he always gets that last one in under the belt. After the bell rings, he just sneaks that in there. The old Jimmy shot.
We're here with a news explosion. There's a new show coming to Wichita. We're going to talk about it for an hour.
White Vegeta says hello.
Hello.
Ooh, a double.
And, while we're handing out hellos, we got some business to settle from last week.
We do.
We got
that's
business, and that is, of course, the long-awaited winners of the Name Joe's Baby contest. And we have had the winners picked all week. We did not reopen the contest because we didn't get to announce it last week. We just ran super long and figured that the best way, rather than put together another video and just spring it on you at some weird time, like this is the time people are expecting to see us. And so if we're going to have a prize that is contingent on when you get back to us to claim it, well, we should probably just continue to get on at the same time. So that's why we just decided to hold off. There's no hurry. Nothing's going to expire. We're not sending anybody any fresh fruit. So,
well, you're not.
I mean,
There's also not my baby on screen.
No, it is. Well, your baby is not born.
That is one hell of an ultrasound.
Right.
That would be difficult. I mean, how do you get the blanket in there? This answers more questions than it answers.
Yes.
Or asks more questions than it answers. But yeah, so good times. But hey, Raymond Sheffield finally got his Sky Striker replacement yesterday.
All right.
Right. So anyways, we got 4 winners. Remember, if you are one of the 4 winners, you get to claim one of 4 prizes. And depending on when you get back to us, if you are the first to get back to us, you will have a choice of all 4. If you are the second to get a hold of us, you will have the choice of the remaining 3, and so on and so forth. I wouldn't say that any one is worth any more than any of the others. They're all about the same retail price-wise, but it's nice to have choices. I don't know what you've already got in your collection. There you go.
Choices are good.
Right. Selections are good. And And this rewards folks who are watching the program, who are tuned in, who are catching us live.
And just to be clear, Joe gets to pick from any of these 4 names, right? For the baby?
Yeah, she is legally
fully and legally obligated
to choose the winner. And
She is legally obligated to ignore us completely.
No, that was laid out in the rules that Joe is not obligated to use any of these names.
Correct.
Because we know that the winner is actually my choice, Mango Habanero. That is what the baby will be named.
It's a girl, though, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be Womango.
That's terrible.
That's awful.
What?
Diana Davis asks the good question that I haven't answered yet. How do winners get back to us? Well, you send an email to whatsonjoemind@gmail.com.
Yes.
But the winners are, as such, all 4 of you, all at once, right here. Joe's selection was submitted by Anthony Houseel. That was Penelope. She jumped on the rising trend of those of you folks to give the baby pleasant names.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed the number of wussy entries that we had in this contest, but I guess if you're not sure and you don't want to potentially incur the wrath of one Joe Colton, that is one way to go about it.
What if it's not a pleasant baby, right? Like, what if you name a baby Hope and she's just a rotten little turd, right? Like, come on.
Colic for a year.
Yeah.
You roll the dice, you take your chances.
Right?
No.
You name a baby Joy, but she's surly.
My choice was sent in by Christian McKelvey, and that was Carly Nugent, aka C-Nugs.
Yo.
So that was, Christian McKelvey, he knows how to get to me.
And Wes.
Yes.
Right. Strong support
Yeah.
from the father of the baby.
Yeah. Wes was arguing with me about my choice.
Your choice.
Wes, you took the weenie one.
I did not. I think it's a beautiful name.
What did Wes want?
C-Nugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful, man.
Mark's choice was Danielle Michelle Leclerc, submitted by Cornelius McGillicuddy.
It's kind of French, kind of Canadian.
Taking the very artistic Ricondo's file name. So
Ricondet.
Riconda.
Right. And then Rob's choice was submitted by Hans Chow. I guess his tribute to Animaniacs. Josephina, Cobrasteen, Vaughn, Serpentora, Cunningham III. I like that he got Vaughn in there.
Yeah.
That shows that Hans Chow is paying attention.
Wes did not understand that one, but thought it was a mouthful. So he's like, I can't even say that.
But that was
going to take up all the lines on the birth certificate.
Right. That is the selection of Racktime Rob. So there we go. Anthony, Christian, Cornelius, Hans, write to us at whatsonjoemind@gmail.com.
Yes.
We'll be happy to get those selections to you. And again, earlier, whoever gets in first gets their first choice. Hurry. whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. If you can help us out, put prize claim in the subject line, something along those lines. Just give us a heads up. That's what it's for. I'd hate to get you filed away with the community calendar entries.
Right.
Now that Matt Rubin has laid claim on that, I don't know how much room community calendar is going to have. So, I tease Matt Rubin, but he does exactly what we ask him to do, and he's one of our monthly coffee supporters. So yes. he is to put it in swingers parlance, he's money, and he doesn't even know it.
That's right. He's a made man.
He's money.
Sean Russell notes that keep in mind the dear girl has to be able to spell this name in kindergarten.
Oh my God! Yes.
So I'm sure that whatever bland and boring name you give them, that is not Mango Habanero.
Oh.
Um,
Sir. You were just.
You know, Eudora's pretty easy to spell.
It is.
So is Themyscira.
Not at all.
Just saying. You can call her them for short.
Right, you get the nickname.
Confuse her from Jump. Hey, them, come here. What?
That's just all kinds of wrong. So that is the Name Joe's Baby contest winners right there. Send us your replies. Let us know what you want. We want to give you some toys.
Mm-hmm.
Going to put that right on the screen one more time. Screen cap it if you need to. Anthony Houseel, Christian McKelvey, Cornelius McGillicuddy, which I have a feeling that that's a pen name, and Hans Chow.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to everybody who entered. We do appreciate it. That was we got a lot more responses than we thought. I figured we'd be picking from like 20. We got like 50. So
it was a good selection.
There really was. Again, most of you went soft because you don't want to anger the Joe Colton, but I
think they were being nice to a pregnant lady, sir.
That is nonsense because it's not like you're really any different.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Run us down?
Right.
Now's the time to be mean.
This is the one time I cannot run you.
I'm faster than you for the first time in my life. Now's the time to get savage.
Right?
You think so?
Maybe.
I got a bad back. I got a foot injury. I got bad knees.
Wait a minute. Let me do the Steiner math. There's 3 of us and 1 of you, so
it's a fair fight.
You've only got a 25% chance.
Guys.
Run, guys! She's pissed.
Just hop in my golf cart and scoot away.
Rascal.
And I will take my hemorrhoid donut and bid you adieu.
What do you say we get to the news?
Oh yeah.
God forbid we carry on with the show.
Yes.
Have we ever started the news an hour into the show? Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, no, this is actually pretty. This is about where we normally are.
Right on time.
This is about right. We had a very long community calendar, but we didn't do our normal like 15-minute intro. So,
I guess that's true. But we got about 34 minutes before Joe's back goes, I'm done.
Then you're all fucked.
That is a ticking time bomb over there in 2 different ways.
Right. All form of manners will disappear. She won't even be nice to the people in live chat anymore.
I will never be mean.
But
I guarantee when she walks off at some point during the show, she's going to say goodnight, everybody, with a smile and a wave. And then Wes is going to say off camera, hey, baby. And she's going to say, shut up.
No Best Monitoring notes that C-Nugs is going to be what that kid gets called for the next couple decades.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hopefully just Nug number 1, and then we can have Nug number 2 or something down the line. But
yeah, that'd be fun.
The kid's going to eat C-Nugs.
Get a 6-pack of C-Nugs going.
I feel like I'll be bringing her to a con, and there's going to be a bunch of, she'll have a G.I. Joe in her hand, and then you all will see her, and then just be like, hey, C-Nug! And she'll just be like, what up?
People will be handing her old chicken nuggets.
Oh, don't do that.
The ones that look like a boot, like there's any part of a chicken that's boot shaped.
At least give the kids some fresh nuggets. At least some fresh ones, right?
It's terrifying.
She could cosplay as a C-Nug. I mean, we did.
I'm sure that costume exists.
You're gonna have to carry her for the first Halloween anyway.
Well,
so
I mean, truthfully, if there's going to be a costume that's easy to make, that's an easy to make costume.
Yeah, just hollow out an orange pillow.
Right.
Yeah. Find yourself a nice beige cushion cover. Cut a head hole in it.
She's a chicken nugget.
Yeah, just sew a golden brown bodysuit on a golden brown pillowcase. Oh, look, she's a chicken nugget. How about that? Anyways, first news item. This is from our friends at Heavy Armor Toys. They wanted to let us know that they do have a 3 3/4 O-ring construction infantry trooper looking guy that is heading to production very soon. So they asked that to send all of us over to Heavy Armor Toys on Facebook to check out their wares, give feedback, do all the fun Facebook things. Let's get some momentum behind this project for our friends at Heavy Armor Toys.
Guess what I like best about this figure?
Is no brutal chest cut.
You can pivot him at the waist and pretty much get the same thing.
Right?
He looks good.
Right? No, it does. It really does look good. These are Heavy Armor Toys used to be Legion 9. So this has really been a long passion play for those guys, for Josh and his team. So good on them for getting a product together that really looks solid. This looks good. What are you having, Mark?
I just read Bart's comment out of context. I forgot we were.
Going back to the C-Nugs there. Yeah, put a nipple on a box of honey mustard. There
I didn't connect it to the C-Nugs right away. And I'm like, you know what? Okay. Doesn't sound bad.
Quiet Silence notes that he doesn't know what's worse for the poor kid, explaining the C-Nug's name or her 3 Joe crazy uncles. She's got more than 3.
Yeah.
Got a lot more than 3. It's yeah.
Although I do like where you're thinking.
That poor kid. We're gonna yeah. We're just gonna have to give money, aren't we? We're just gonna have to show up with cash and greeting cards just to get in.
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. We'll be all right. How are you on myrrh, Joe? Do you need some more myrrh around the house? Okay.
Myrrh, but frankincense, anything?
Yeah.
Frankincense up.
All right. So just gold then.
All right. Well, the gold is probably just gonna. We're on a budget, so it's probably just gonna be rolled gold pretzels.
There you go. That's the gold.
I'm sure you'll be right with that. It got to be something. Got to be something sugary because we got to. Of course, we'll get the kid jacked up and then we get to leave.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
as all great uncle figures do.
Yes.
It's not our responsibility to put the child to bed, so we gotta overstimulate and over sugar.
I'm bringing 10 packets of Lick-M-Aid and throwing away the spoons. We're just gonna pour that right
I don't even know what that is.
in. Oh,
The flavor aid?
Good.
Flavor aid, yeah, the stuff with the sugar stick that you put in the packet of powder and
Fun dip.
yeah, fun
Same
dip.
thing. Same thing.
Same thing. Yes.
It's like Razzles. It's a candy and a gum.
You can't get rid of the stick, man. The stick's all sugar.
Yeah, I'm just saying it would slow it down. I don't want a delivery system. I just want
Once they're done, just give them the stick on its own, and they'll just eat the stick.
I want her to look up from a whole pile of Lick-M-Aid like Tony Montana. Just be like, ooh.
It's gonna be multicolored instead of just a whole
Yeah.
I'm terrified for her.
She'll be like, who I trust? Who I trust? Me.
You're like, Mom, who are these guys and why are they giving me all this sugar?
Torpedo 83 says, "Future boyfriend, don't fear the uncles, fear the aunties." And yeah, knowing them, yes, that is apt advice. That is
That's fair.
solid. Well done.
Yes.
Next news item.
Do, 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 do.
Remember, Heavy Armor Toys on Facebook. Check it out. We did have Walmart Collector Con last Thursday. You can still pre-order Big Ben on Walmart.com. Both figures are sold out at Hasbro Pulse. So how do you guys do? You get in? Get your stuff?
Looking forward for my empty box.
Got my Big Ben with an assist to Mrs. Weber, the lovely and talented. Got 3 Range Vipers headed this way. Pretty happy about that. It was limit 2, but I don't respect the system.
Hey, sis.
Did she get the 2 and you got the 1, or did you get the 2 and she got the 1?
I mean, either way, I'm going to pay for it, right? So
Mark Weber is above the law.
That's right. But I didn't hear anybody complaining about, who at least knew that this was coming, that they were hard to get, or I didn't get mine, or I had trouble, or seemed pretty smooth.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think there's ever been an issue with Walmart's computer system. Just sometimes
it's their fulfillment.
Right. That's been more their
Rob
thing.
is really on fire tonight.
Yeah. Again, Rob did receive a Walmart package with his retro Scarlet that was an empty box.
Yeah, he got the 1981 Scarlet.
Yeah.
And then when he got a hold of Walmart to say, hey, you didn't actually send me my item, they said, oh, it's sold out. Screw you.
I mean, they did give me my money back, but still.
I mean, fair enough, but they better at that point, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they didn't take $4 out saying, hey, well, that's our empty box fee.
I think he would have rained havoc.
Oh, I'm the bad
Renegade.
boy. I'm the bad boy.
You're not in college anymore, Mark, so that can't help you.
I guess that's true.
Hans Chow notes that Big Ben is a sensual figure.
Ooh.
The James Bond accent, you can say that his accent has sass. Oh ho ho ho, sips tea in British.
That was rough.
Hans Chow he's playing character tonight. He's flying high because he got a contest win under his belt.
Rich Cohan says he has no interest in these two. How do you not like Big Ben?
Rich Cohan is wrong. That's all right. Look, he's allowed. He's allowed.
You're allowed to your opinion, even if it's wrong.
Correct. That's what we do here. TJ says, good morning, folks. Good morning. Ordered 7 range vipers from various friends in the EU and US because we have nothing in India. Well, there you go. That's good.
Wow. Also, welcome from India.
Yeah, absolutely, TJ. Thanks for joining us. That is, you must have good friends because that's
also a lot.
That's going to bring you a lot in postage, that's for sure.
I hope they live in the same town. Send them in one box.
Right. Barking Fridge wonders aloud, does Word Burglar have any G.I. Joe rap-themed lullabies?
Well, he'd better.
Coming soon.
Right.
Better work on it.
He's got time, but not that much.
Not that much time.
Andrew Gaukin, what's on Joe Mind says, you can have your opinion, but we'll totally judge you. No, we won't judge you for it. You're not judging. You're allowed to be wrong. We don't think less of you because you're wrong.
I do.
Sometimes the people are right. Sometimes.
Right. But Rich Cohan says, Big Ben, so many other characters they could have made. I'm okay with it as a reasonably well-distributed exclusive.
Yeah.
Like Big Ben as a Walmart exclusive makes more sense than Beachhead as a Target exclusive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's better than Slaughter's Marauders Roadblock or something. Come on.
Right. Or like Rob said, Baroness as a Target exclusive and then a Walmart exclusive is a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's not one of those make or break kind of characters, and this will be out there in big enough numbers that if you gotta have him, he's not going to be that hard to come across.
And to be quite honest, neither is the Range Viper. So
no, and I just think with Range Viper, it's always a little tricky when you do that with army builders, because there's always going to be that crowd of, well, I gotta have 30 of them because I have problems with the size of my penis.
Because I'm doing a stop motion Mars Attacks reenactment.
Stuff like that. So there's people who are just crazy over the top on this. And again, whatever, if that's what you want to spend your money on, by all means, go for it. But that contingent does tend to get vocal when there's army builders that are even this level of exclusive. It's not like it's a San Diego exclusive, where those are just in short number and tough to come by. But Bart's saying what we're all thinking. Range Viper has to be nuts. He wears his brain on the outside.
NVTS nuts.
Like the Metaluna mutant.
Torpedo Mike handing out bonus points for Mark on the Mars Attacks reference.
Hey, man. The last blockbuster, baby. I spent a lot of years in a video store growing up. Great job. Best boss I ever had.
Next news item. Hey, while we're talking about Walmart, there was a list of exclusives that got leaked last week.
Ooh.
And credit to this goes to GI Shark on Instagram.
That's called giving credit.
It's weird when that happens. Although
Wow.
GI Shark is a guy. They were very quick. I don't want to make that as. I want to make it clear that that is not a shot at him.
No,
He was very good about giving us credit when we broke news. So
Yes.
that is not a.
no,
that is not
No, it's
direction.
no, I didn't.
no. That's for all. That's for all.
I know,
That's for all the newbies in the training program watching
Right.
religiously.
Right. There are some folks out there who are not nearly so effusive with that sort of praise.
Mm.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah. So, anyways, this is from him on Instagram. I'm sure he's got videos out on it too. You can check out his YouTube channel, which I forget the exact name of, but I think it's lost. I think it's up in the graphic there somewhere. Anyways, you can see the list there. And again, this is all, take it with a grain of salt. I can't confirm this 100%, but it looks like it came out of the Walmart system. And you know, stuff that's come from this source to this point has been pretty accurate so far. So we're leaning towards this is actually, you know, not bad going forward. But you see Big Ben on there. You see next on the list there is a Night Force shooter, which is pretty cool. Figure that's a good use of that Cobra Valkyrie body, or parts of it at any rate.
Yeah.
Then we've got a Night Force Joe redeco, which is not terribly descriptive, and yeah, I guess we could have seen that coming.
Falcon.
Mark, your choice on your guess on which Joe's getting redecoed.
Well, Falcon's the easy choice. And if they do, 2 heads, please. 2 heads.
The easy choice is actually Snake Eyes. Joe Colton, your guess on Night Force deco.
I'm hoping it's a female figure, but it's probably like another Snake Eyes.
It'd be, if they did Night Force Scarlet,
He is going
that'd be
Snake.
Right?
outstanding.
Right.
Yeah.
If he did a Night Force Scarlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily have to be, because there was no Night Force Big Ben. You know.
Right.
No, and honestly, it's not too far off of what his colors are.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think regular Big Ben is necessarily coming.
You know what would suck? Night Force low light.
Right.
We go with darker gray.
Oh.
Crimson instead of red on his goggles. It's gonna be awesome.
Rack time, Rob. What do you think here?
I mean, the only two, if it's a redeco, I mean, the only 2 figures that we've seen that were actually Night Force are Falcon and Outback. And do you think they'd be going back for another, dip at Outback?
I mean, maybe it'd be easy.
Yeah. So
Never.
I'm thinking Falcon, but could be maybe just somebody out of left field.
Never discount the value of really easy.
Right. But they do Falcon and give him 2 new heads. Right? And then without admitting anything, you've given the community some salve.
Right.
Salve. Whatever.
From what I've seen of the Falcon, the real egregiousness seems to be on the paint apps on the face, not so much the sculpt.
Well, then maybe they don't need to cut new steel then, but
yeah,
2 heads.
All right. Jeff Butler says he's willing to bet Beachhead is the Night Force Joe, which would also be cool.
True. Yeah, there was the Night Force Beachhead and Flint, and some of the other Toys R Us packs.
Right. And with Firefly getting redone, that does lend itself to maybe Beachhead getting back in the circulation again. I'd like to see them do, if you're going to do Beachhead again, one, just good weapons and something in the general line, I think would probably work a little better. Anyhow, but lots of guesses there. Again, if you've got guesses, feel free to share them. We might not get to them all in the live chat, but you can always leave them down below in the big boy comments. Always great to get comments down there because that does, again, help us with the algorithms. Then, of course, later on the list, we've got the Range Viper there next. Got Shadow Tracker after that. It looks like he is going to be a Walmart guy. Then we've got an Alley Viper redeco, which is cool. Lots of choices there, whether it's the Valor versus Venom colors were okay. The Rise of Cobra ones were even better with the crimson and black. Yeah, I'll even take the one in the Bumblebee colors from '93.
I was gonna do that.
Yeah,
I was
so
gonna do that and ran out of time at Hasbro.
So wacky that it's kind of neat. And then we've got the in quotes the zombie viper. So okay, if that's your thing, I was not. That's not a big one for me. Not a big check mark, but zombies are big, hard to deny. And then lastly, we've got new Joe character, which I'm gonna go out and say not a new Joe character, just maybe one we haven't seen before in Classified.
And that's why I don't believe this list.
Mhm.
Okay.
New Joe character? We don't do that.
Again, I think
crazy.
I think new is not applied as new
so
much as just a character that has not been in Classified yet.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because God knows we couldn't create a brand new character ever.
Stop with that nonsense. That's madness.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm being sarcastic.
It's ridiculous that the line did as well as it did, introducing new characters every year. What were they thinking?
Fools.
Madmen. We should get Kirk on sometime and say, what were you thinking? Coming up with all them new characters every year. That'd be a ton of work.
Just browbeat Kirk Bazigian about new characters.
Kirk Bazigian joins us on the show. Kirk, thanks for coming on. Hey, first question. What the were you guys thinking?
We wanted 26 Snake Eyeses.
You had 13 characters to start with. Isn't that enough?
I think it'll be a repainted Roadblock as heavy duty.
The 1984 Joe line. Polar short fuse.
Polar short.
Oh.
It's a gung-ho head on Torpedo's body. It's scuba gung-ho.
It's gung scuba. There we go. Oh my goodness. But yes, so new character there. I would take that with a grain of salt. We haven't seen a whole lot of new. Like what new characters have happened in the Classified line so far? Well, that Crimson Bat never happened before, and the Python Bat never happened before, and that doesn't really count.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. So I just again, I hope I'm wrong on that. But let's just try to measure our expectations on that one.
Look at Rich Cohen. No media to promote new characters. Tombstone, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't be done. You just gotta want to do it. Stiletto. Just saying.
Yeah.
All those characters in the last year or two of the Joe comic.
Yeah.
But Andrew Galgan does note that hypothetically, if you were going to introduce a new Joe character in Classified, making it a retail exclusive does seem like a safe move in Hasbro's mind.
You don't have to. You guys are thinking this. You don't have to play this safe. This line is completely focused on the adult collector.
Right.
We all grew up wanting 20 new characters a year.
Right.
Picking a new favorite every year, or almost every year, right? Like, I get it if this was a focused on kids line and you were like, gotta have Bumblebee and Optimus. That's who they love. Yeah, I got it, right? But no, this is all adult collectors. You can absolutely do new characters. I don't even care if they're in the comic. Or, God forbid, make a new character and have whomever put them in the new comic to sync up when they come out, right? It can be done. Been done before.
Look, we had a whole slew of new characters just show up towards the end of the IDW run.
Yeah. They managed to sync that up in the days before email and cell phones. So,
as Diana Davis notes, it's not like there's a comic or anything,
right?
But no, my guess is, of course, Night Force Zap.
Not bad.
Oh, anyways, but yeah, so that's the leaked list. Take it with a grain of salt, but yeah, probably not bad. Probably not bad. Anyhow, next news item.
Ooh.
A little dry. Okay.
Rough.
Yeah.
Also, from the rumor mill, we saw this eBay auction for a Target exclusive Dusty with a terrible graphic.
Bullshit.
Right, referred to as Python Patrol. But, so obviously that's a detail that's going right out. But on the other side, Tiger Force Dusty coming from Target doesn't sound too far-fetched. So your guys' thoughts here?
It takes a lot of guts to auction off something that hasn't even been announced. So,
Oh, that's come on now. That's not even the ballsiest thing you'll find on eBay.
Oh, I know.
You only have to work harder to get over this bar.
Yeah.
That's not
I
bad
know.
idea.
I'm just saying, though.
Dickish, but okay.
Yeah.
It's tale as old as time. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not throwing this out because it's an easy repaint. It's a character that's been represented before, so I'm not just gonna dismiss it out of hand. The dismissing out of hand will come later.
Right.
This is one that I wouldn't necessarily poop on. We know that Target's got Tiger Force coming through the rest of the year at least, and they've got to fill that out with something. So sure.
I'm not saying
in the auction here it says it's got. If you go down to the description, you can find this on eBay. But it's 065 is the box number, and that is the missing box number on the classified so far. We don't know what 65 was going to be, so maybe Dusty is just a repaint that got held back for a later wave.
I'm not saying it's wrong or inaccurate, but if it actually is Tiger Force Dusty Target exclusive, that ain't going to be hard to find.
No.
Right? Barring some supply chain nightmare, that ain't going to be hard to find.
No, the Target
Save your money.
has gotten much easier to find.
Yeah, save your money.
Although,
I got a couple guys that can hook you up. Don't worry about it.
Right. Oh. Quiet silence. Next eBay auction items: guest passes for live in-house What's on Joe Mind TeamStream. Hey, we'll go TeamStream anywhere if somebody's buying plane tickets.
Yeah, exactly. We'll come to you.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any parking in my house, but yeah, I'll come to you.
Well, you do, just for whoever gets there first.
Got only one spot. Plus, Derek's going to have his license here in about a month, so he's going to scrape your car on the way out. So be ready.
Oh, yeah. If we're lucky, scrape.
Yeah. Carmageddon coming to Rhode Island. You watch.
So I guess final word on this one is slightly bigger grain of salt than the previous. I like the Walmart list better than I like this, but this is still not something that I'm going to just toss away whole-handed. So yeah, could be worse.
I'm going to toss it away just out of decency.
Torpedo Mike says we're the best 2-bit slime show money can buy.
That's right.
That's right.
And there's a lot of truth to that. You can help buy if you head down. We've got our coffee links down in the box down below in the comment area, or below the comment area. There for us and for Joe Colton's personal cosplay project, which she's got to get a whole new slew of them going for the next 3 months or so.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Colton? Do I just need to send you a bunch of Fat Guy T-shirts?
No.
Her voice says no, and her eyes say, "Could you?
Could
Right.
you?"
Really, I was kind of thinking like her voice says no, and her eyes said, "Good Lord, no."
I want to see. It might be the best cosplay I ever saw was the guy who did himself up as the loader from Aliens, and then his baby girl as Ripley in the front loader Snuggie.
Nice.
So he was walking.
It's pretty good.
So good.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
big
pretty
time.
damn good.
But yeah, I would not say go out and support this particular advanced scalper on eBay, but at the same time, maybe Tiger Force Dusty's got some legs.
Keep your eyes open.
Love that Tiger Force.
There you go. Hey, we picked up another coffee contributor this week. You notice we've got 7 names in the closing credits.
We're back to the Magnificent Seven.
That's
We
it.
We're off of the dirty half dozen, back to the Magnificent 7. But yeah, awesome. Next news item. Hey, we talked about dismissing things out of hand, and here we go. Yeah, so a fan-made graphic of the Range Viper from Deke, the female Range Viper Eevee, made the rounds, and wow, folks were way too eager to accept that as a figure schematic.
I mean, I too would be really excited if that were the case, but
right, it was very clearly just a recolored Valkyrie body with the Range Viper head superimposed on top of it,
right.
and it was not passed as something that was supposed to be a new, like it was just somebody doing something for shits and giggles. It was not designed to be, that wasn't the intent. They're not trying to pass that off as a new figure. So, Joe Colton's out. But she'll be back, maybe. Anyways, and it just turned out that's folks kind of went and ran with it, and that's the come on, folks part of it. Like, obviously, if you're going to do stuff for your own enjoyment of the hobby, by all means, put together whatever graphics you like. Welcome back, Joe Colton.
I had to get more drink.
Okay, all right, but. Right. As Diana Davis notes, that's like believing Power Comics was getting the license, right? Exactly. Not saying that Eevee is never going to happen, but
it's probably never going to happen.
A one-shot character from a bad episode of a bad cartoon. I hope it's not happening anytime soon.
She could fight Honolulu.
Oh.
Get out of here with that.
Oh. Anyways, Jeff Butler asks, when will we get Metalhead's Granny? And that's a good question, because really, if that's not in the 2-pack with Eevee, then nothing needs to be.
About the same time we get Gung Ho's Grand Mare.
Right. Well, that would be awesome.
Yeah, the Lafitte clan.
Lafitte clan multi-pack would be incredible.
With, of course, Little Shoo-Shoo.
Sounds like a terrible reality show. Coming to you on Discovery this fall.
Hey, you know what? Little Shoo-Shoo allows them to, reuse that gator mold.
Quiet Silence asked, if I contribute, will you call us the hateful Eight? No, it was the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
we had 8 for a while.
Might be the Nasty 9.
So it was the Elite Eight. So we'll figure out. If we get to 9, we'll figure out 9. But in the meantime, we got the Magnificent 7. Yeah. So don't no. I know it's been thoroughly debunked, but I'm going to take a moment and just tell everybody to relax the next time random images start showing up, because sometimes people just like to do stuff for fun, and we don't need to take them all and run like it's the next big thing. We're not all going to bust news. Like what last or 2 years ago, it was us. We destroyed all of 2022 for the Hasbro release schedule.
Oops.
Right. That doesn't happen very often. So maybe we should all just, because Lord knows it didn't help us at all. We're not suddenly rolling in it. Now all it is people know who we are and still don't watch. But I just attribute that to Racktime Rob.
I think the people who don't watch, the few of those that there are, just don't want the next years of releases ruined for them, because they know that happens.
I guess so. That is fair. So yeah, let's all just chill out. It's all fun getting leaks and trying to figure out what's coming next, but let's use our heads a little bit too.
Everybody just cool out. Cool out.
How would High Five Ghost get us to do that, Mark? That's right.
Which is different than the universal sign of I'm out of control and about to crash. Those are very clearly circles. You can watch that on YouTube anytime you want. There's High Five Ghost about to crash.
But next news item.
Mute.
That's on mute. I knew it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, at least once an episode.
All right. If you had an hour 24 for the first mute, you win the pool.
Yes, it brings us to the end of the news. That means it's time for Chonky Tank Kitty and his Meowler Tank, brought to us by the G.I. Joe 3D Printing Podcast.
Woohoo!
And we'll also take a minute here and get a moment in for our other fine sponsors at Kokomo Toys.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
There we go. And be sure you keep your eyes open to the 3D or G.I. Joe 3D printing podcast on Facebook. We've got some Chunky Tank Kitty news coming in the near future.
Woohoo!
So be sure to keep them on your list if you'd maybe be interested in a Chunky Tank Kitty. Maybe that's something they would need to know about over there. Maybe you'd like one of these guys too. Maybe that's what you want.
Except no substitutes. The ultimate tanking machine.
There we go.
Maybe you'd like an armored legion to conquer that litter box.
But while she is still able to join us, Joe Colton, you got anything? What we got in? What we get in? Anything?
I bought fabric and a broken piece for my refrigerator ice cube tray, and that's it.
You know what? That's not bad.
Well, that's exciting.
Look, cold drinks are important, especially when you're having cold drinks for two. But just in
Baby
case,
hates tepid juice.
Just in case, Joe Colton, why don't we go ahead and get your shout outs out of the way now too?
My husband, who has been feeding me the last week.
Always good. Always good.
And then my mom is coming down next month, and we got her flight.
Excellent. She's going to stay with you through the happy day?
Yeah. And then my dad's going to come down as well.
Cool.
Tell your dad to bring the right potato chips this time.
Yes. Yep.
Ketchup.
Yep.
Joe, my daughter, I love you. I brought you Lay's, but they're wavy. Yeah, not what we're going for.
Yep.
Look, wavy Lay's better than regular Lay's.
Oh, I'm just saying. But if you were hoping for the special north of the border ketchup flavored potato chips,
Yeah.
wavy Lay's ain't cutting it.
I wanted ketchup, and he sent mom with like 5 bags of barbecue. Not the same thing.
Get that here.
Drawswalker 9 notes that Tank Kitty better come with Meowler Tank. Well, of course he does.
Yeah.
Come on now. Would we steer you wrong on something like this?
Tank Kitty is like MODOK. It's just a head.
Yeah.
He's a meowing organism designed only for killing.
Well, he's a cat, so yeah.
Yeah, so, there you go.
MODOK, but whatever.
Hans Chow has an important question here. If Chunky Tank Kitty is 1/18th, I'll buy it. Wait, there is one. Flings finances at the screen. Well, I guess really the best way to answer this is we've got ourselves not surprisingly, a 3 3/4 beachhead is here.
Oh, look at that. Finally got one.
Right. I've been after him for a while. And here he is next to Chunky Tank Kitty. So we'll try and get that lined up. That is pretty close.
Yeah.
That is not bad as far as scale goes. Maybe Chunky Tank Kitty's a little on the small side, but not much.
When they do Tank Kitty 2.0, they just got to put pegs on top of the treads so
Right.
Beachhead can ride the tank into battle.
Right.
Like he's on some bizarre roving vacuum, right? The
But,
Roomba of death.
Joe Colton, we shout out for anybody else?
No, that's it.
All right. But let's go back to what we got in. Rack time, Rob. What'd you get in?
All right. Well, I got big ass Jetfire.
How is that? My son's looking at that.
Yeah, that's it's not bad. It's huge. It comes like with other armor pieces you can slap on him.
He's beefy.
Yeah, he beefy.
He must work out.
Commander class.
Does he fall over? Or does he stand up pretty well?
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, he's got like big feet, so I mean, he should be able to stand all right. Let's see.
Phrasing, but okay.
Yeah.
Joe loves those robots.
No, he's doing pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jetfire will melt her icy heart.
You can flip his Autobot sign to Decepticon.
See who came up with that? Who came up with that idea?
Some guy.
Some dude.
A guy I know.
And then
Hey, it's a fan club membership kit.
yeah.
I didn't get mine yet.
They are. I think last week they started showing up, so you're
Okay.
late.
Yeah.
You're like one of the late ones, but you should be getting it soon.
Okay.
Fancy box, I gotta say. This is impressive.
Yeah.
Not gonna open it for us.
I got nothing to open it with. It's got G.I. Joe membership stuff in it.
I guess. I haven't opened mine yet either. I told James I was going to try and get that on tape so we could put it out there to help him move what's left of his stock.
Yeah.
So I got mine too, but I don't have it open either. But what else you got, Rob?
I got 4 emails telling me that my next shipments from the Pulse were delayed.
Yeah.
You're not alone. You're not special.
Maybe they're gonna fix those paint apps on the face. Who knows? I don't know. Or maybe they got delayed because they told them, "Could you fix those?"
Mark Weber, what'd you get in?
Dude, it was a pile of loot time from Big Bad Toy
Oh
Show.
boy!
So we're gonna move fast, but I don't buy a whole lot of the Super 7 stuff. But this is exactly what they should be doing, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the best part, no offense to the figure, look at the back.
That file card.
Like and the explosion
and
of the whole lot, like that's awesome.
I'm getting in the big screen. Hang on.
Like if you're an old school Joe collector, and I think most of us are, that just makes the heart, get moving. So I got Raven because that's awesome.
Collectors of a certain age.
Right. And then I got Mutt just for the dog. Right.
Yeah.
That junkyard is incredible. And the original junkyard wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as Snake Eyes' pig. But yeah, this junkyard can go with, I don't care about the Mutt. The junkyard can go with my old Mutt and call it an upgrade. Because it's been a while, Dusty and Zorana are new to me. So I dig that. And then close to Mike's heart, I don't know if you know what MP56 is.
Not a clue.
Trailbreaker.
Oh, there we go.
Your guy. So I'm digging that. And then
he's the first one I had.
Do you guys have any of the Super 7 Ultimates yet?
No.
I haven't bought a bunch, but I saved one Cobra Bat. And I want to do this quick, but I want to give them pub because it's a nice, solid outside shipper box.
That's really nice.
On the inside,
Beat the hell.
no, it comes in a plastic
Oh, nice.
bag, right? So, and this has been pre-opened. It takes a little more work than this when you get it new, but so you get the box, and the figure's not in here, but
Wow.
it's really
beautiful.
something, right? And on the back, it's got some stuff. But
I
the
like
guys,
that metallic looking.
That package, those packages are a lot more shiny than I.
yeah,
Is it
seem to pick up
metallic
from the
blue?
top.
it's really something. Yeah, it's a metallic blue,
Yeah.
and then the guy himself, pretty good.
Yeah, that looks cool.
The only
Funny
complaint
there's those bats, and I like that.
The only complaint is that the backpack just sits with 2 pegs that go down into the shoulder straps. So it's going to fall off a ton. It doesn't peg into the back at all. But with all the, cool weapons and stuff.
They didn't want to break up the aesthetic with that. If you want to have your bat like it was on the show, which is very rarely with that backpack.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. So, I can see it. And then so far it hasn't fallen off, but I think it will over time. But with the weapon and the hands and all that, pistol comes out over there, pretty good. I'm impressed with it. And then he's a little bigger than your 6-inch Joes, which is why I kept one bat, because he'll be like my leader bat for my little smaller classified bats. Off they go to do bat things. So there you go. That's what I got in. But we haven't really haven't had them in hand to go over the Super 7 Ultimates. This is the first one I've had in hand. They're pretty impressive. I know they were long delayed. I know they're a little more expensive, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumb up. How's that one?
There's been a lot of complaints about a lot of the other Super 7 figures that they've put out recently, and I've heard none of those about the Joe stuff when folks have them in hand. But a lot of the quality type issues just aren't there on the G.I. Joe ones. So
I know the guys, two of the guys working on the Joe Grand there, and they're good, solid pros I knew them from McFarlane Toys. So maybe that's got something to do with it. But I'm very impressed with the bat.
They got the Weber touch.
That's it. And that's what I got in.
But, Steve Young, welcome over. Hall of Fame quarterback Steve Young.
Oh.
I was excited for Scrap Iron coming with his pet missile Rumba. Now I wish it was Chunky Tank Kitty. I think we all wish that. I think that speaks for everyone. Oh, we get Chunky Tank Kitty in a classified. You guys all owe me. Every single one of you.
HasLab, Chunky Tank Kitty.
Name him Morris, wanting to blow up the world because he's not getting 9 lives.
Right? Raymond Sheffield asks, why hasn't the G.I. Joe community pushing Hasbro to continue the 3 3/4 Real American Hero line? Well,
because they said they weren't doing any this year because it wasn't in their plans.
Well, I mean I think that's the issue, Rob. He's asking why are we taking that for an answer? And I mean, it would be different if G.I. Joe was just being ignored, but now there's something a little different out there, and I wish it was a little bit more different. I'm not a huge fan of classified just redoing all the guys we got in the 80s as cookie cutter, 20% larger examples.
They just need to be more upgraded. Some of them in the past have been upgraded, and some of them are just like
right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with 90% of it being the same, but some of it just looks a little anachronistic. But anyways, back to 3 3/4. I certainly supported the 3 3/4 offerings that they've put out in recent years, but we have to accept that maybe we were in the minority on that. I think a lot of G.I. Joe's mass appeal right now is in the 6-inch scale, and while it kind of blows my mind that we have folks out there saying that they collect a scale as opposed to collecting a property or a line is kind of weird, but I've also never been the type to mix my G.I. Joes with my Marvels or my Transformers or things like that. So I guess that part of it that I don't get, but there too. Don't I think it's easy to not see exactly what we like and get negative about it. But if you don't like the new stuff that's being offered, just take advantage of that time. Maybe pool your money together and buy the stuff you do like. Lord knows there's been plenty of it over the last several decades that you can collect. Like if maybe your old 3 3/4 line you don't have all the figures you like. Maybe you'd like to get international stuff.
Any of the FSS figures that were
right.
Time, like
stuff from the club or just anything that you missed out on the last time. You have the resources to maybe put together and get those now. So there's a very vocal element of 3 3/4 collectors out there that are just screaming their heads off, and I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any say on it. I'd like to see them too. I don't think that's it's a much easier scale for me to collect too. I like the fact that we're more likely to get vehicles with something like that. 3 3/4, I think for a line like G.I. Joe has more advantages in the big picture than 6 inches do, but that doesn't mean that the 6-inch line is bad. It doesn't mean it doesn't deserve my attention. But anyways, that's neither here nor there.
And if they're going to do it, I want them to do it with animation. Make it a whole push.
Right.
And say we're going after a new demographic, a hard one to get right now. But
Right.
if you're gonna do it, I want animation. I need web comics. I need a lot behind it. I don't want them to just do a couple 4-inch figures a year and pretend like that's satisfying the collectors.
And charges $42 for them.
Yeah, do it right.
Right.
I mean, that's the big thing. You know, the Stinger, $35.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad
in.
pricing.
I'm in.
$42 for 2 O-ring figures?
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's really, really bad.
I didn't buy those things until they put them on sale for
Right. That warehouse sale that they just finished, that they earned some business for me on that. When those two-pack figures are suddenly buy two get one, they're a little bit more cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I don't want to come down on the folks who are clamoring and asking for the things that they like, but I would say that maybe the course of action is to continue to calmly ask for what you would like, as opposed to just screaming at how Hasbro sucks everywhere because they're not doing what you want them to do. That sort of thing doesn't get you the right kind of attention.
Mm-hmm. Firefly's got a really good point.
Yes, just coming to that one too. I saw that pop up, and that's a great point. Let's not forget that there are all of the new O-ring offerings from other folks like Operation Recall, Call Sign Longbow, both of whom we have had on our show and discussed their products at length. Be sure to go back in the catalog and check them out. With more coming from Heavy Armor, which we just saw earlier, Legends of the Hidden Force, and that's not even a complete list there. So we could just go on and on and on with this stuff. And so maybe it's not the time for G.I. Joe in 4 inches, but if you're a 4-inch collector, it's those options are certainly out there for you. And there's some folks doing some great work, and maybe that's where your money can go.
And there's never been a better time to say, I don't like classified. I want the old G.I. Joes like they used to make. Well,
that's pretty much what you're getting. They're just bigger.
Would you like all the same old original collectors to be putting out brand new characters?
Right.
Because that's out there.
Right. But more into Cujo.
There we go.
And so what else you got in, Mark? Is that it?
That's it. That's plenty.
Okay, I guess so.
That's a haul for me, baby.
I guess so. I guess it's time for me then. It's number 64. He doesn't have a gun.
He's pacifist beachhead.
Right. He's got a bag full of ammunition, but he doesn't have a gun. So it's kind of weird.
He's gonna just throw the bullets at the bad guys like Topper and Hot Shots Part 2.
Right. It's okay though. He doesn't need no measly submachine gun because he came with a devilfish.
Oh, there you go.
So he got a boat. He's got a boat.
He can ride that around Alabama.
That's right. And he also came with his pal wetsuit. And,
wetsuit has everything.
Wetsuit's got all this stuff. He didn't come with all this stuff. Some of it I just had.
Oh, okay.
So I had some leftover. Like I had an extra little hand sled, and I had an extra backpack for wetsuit, and so I saw incomplete cheapo wetsuit with the beachhead and with the boat, and I was like, well, I'll just complete him on my own.
I assume.
The funny thing is, he came with the hose.
Yeah, he came with the hose, but the difficult part.
So you got boats and hose?
That's right. Got boat and hose
from Prestige Worldwide.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
Just in time for the Catalina boat mixer.
That's it.
I
assume Beachhead's driving and Wetsuit's ready to jump off the side, right? Since he's dressed for it.
That's right.
Okay.
That's Firefly says we need another Beachhead YouTube short when we get to 86. Yeah, it's time has been tough right now, so I'd do a lot more of that stuff if there was that opportunity, but it has not been in the cards.
You might not even be awake while doing it.
Right. Just turn the camera on and pass out in a corner.
We don't need new Beachhead content. That's my best line ever. Best 10 seconds on the show.
Right. But good news is I think I have an accessory pack gun I can put with this guy. I just got to check the scores. I think the accessory pack gun for Beachhead isn't that bad. It's just a darker gray, so you can tell that it's accessory pack, but it still looks okay. So, Joe Colton, you're fading out on us. You gonna go lay down because we're kind of at that point in the night. I know I'm trying to keep these a little shorter for you, but some nights there's too much going on. So you got
push.
You got any last minute words for everybody before we let you go?
I hope everyone has a wonderful week.
All right, Joe Colton, everybody, let's give her a big hand. Thank you for joining us.
Toys.
That's right. Don't go overtaxing my nephew, my niece.
Niece.
Right. I forget sometimes.
It's okay. She'll be a tomboy. It'll be fine.
She isn't gonna have much of a choice, is she?
One of my friends is like, "Oh, I'll put her in a princess outfit." I was like, "Good luck with that."
Yeah, Princess Diana.
Get her a softball glove that goes on her right hand because lefties
Get paid. Lefties get paid. Yep.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Tell Wes we said hi.
We will see you next Tuesday.
Yes.
Night, Joe.
Good night.
She's out. Just like that.
All right, and there's Joe.
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
we don't like Joe's. We joke about it, but she doesn't lead an interesting enough life for us to gossip about her behind her back.
That's true.
She's at home. She's pregnant all the time.
I heard she's pregnant.
Right?
She's got a competitive eater to train.
Right, Martin. This kid will be racing Power Wheels in kindergarten. Yeah, see, that's this kid.
Doing drifting on.
That's right. Joe's gonna have a kid just like her.
Yeah.
Which means she won't have time for hobbies.
The Mississauga lightweight drifting champion, I think, right? 89 to 90.
Oh goodness! But as far as that goes, that's what I got in. I got a couple bags of Reese's peanut butter cups because they were for some reason real cheap at the Walgreens. But that's not really what we're dealing with here.
Tainted with anthrax.
What?
Maybe.
I mean, they make every other kind of Reese's flavor now, right?
Yeah, Reese's with anthrax.
Special anthrax.
I mean, I told you when I came in with them, I was like, hey, you could take these and throw them at your children at school. And you haven't done that. So now I have to eat them.
I want them sugared up.
I'm just saying. That sounds like a 5 minutes before the end of the day kind of treat.
No, I think it's a bad idea. You throw it at a kid, he catches it, eats it, gets the sugar power, grows double size like Mario, and comes after you.
Right.
You need that.
Yeah, don't laugh. It's happened.
I got Girl Scout cookies. That's what I got.
What are those?
These are Adventurefuls. These are new.
They look good.
They are indulgent brownie-inspired cookies with caramel-flavored creme and a hint of sea salt. They actually are quite tasty.
Yeah, but look at the size of that box. There's like 8 cookies in there.
There were 15, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, they're starting to squeeze the box a little bit.
Right. I got a few of them left in here. I can bust one out.
Only if you brought enough for the whole class. Isn't that right, Rob?
I got a small class.
Right.
You know what? All right. I'm okay with that. I'll allow it.
It's delicious. If we're gonna scale them out.
Yeah, right. How's it compared to Beachhead and the Chonky Tank Kitty?
Like Chonky Tank Kitty would be able to sit the entire tank on that cookie.
Yeah, it's a Roomba for Chonky Tank Kitty.
It's a Roomba for the Chonky.
So it's not bad. It's okay there. So that's what I got. I got Girl Scout cookies this week.
I tried to give Emma the dog a ride on the Roomba this week. That ain't happening.
No,
she's too shell shocked from the cat. She's not trusting it. So fine.
Time for what I got in my stomach.
What's in your stomach?
Get in my belly.
Wings and Girl Scout cookies.
That's Matt Rubin says that does look delicious. Not as delicious as Samoans, but they do look quite good. And I'll agree with that. They're not good enough to make my top 3, but they're just outside it. Which is, of course, the Do-si-dos, the peanut butter sandwich cookie. It's number 1. the peanut butter patty ones, like the chocolate covered peanut butter cookie. That's number 2.
Are those tagalongs?
Yes,
I do believe
that is
there
what they
you
are.
go.
And then number 3,
Samoas.
number 3 is the Samoas. So
Samoas are the only thing I like coconut in because it's
Yes.
just a little bit, right?
right, it's so caramelized to hell that it doesn't crunch like coconut. So that's good. It's good stuff.
It changes the waxy texture.
I acknowledge those Samoas.
All right, time, Rob. Who we shouting out to?
Shout out to the studio audience. Looked like you were having a wacky good time in the chat tonight. Appreciate it.
I bet they taste better than the wild Samoans. Well, probably.
Yeah, probably. To each their own.
As long as nobody eats any vintage G.I. Joe action stars.
I never had that as a kid. Was it awful new or?
It couldn't have been that bad because there wasn't like all kinds of weird marshmallows and things. Like from my impression was when we were kids
I think they were like star-shaped corn pops or something.
Okay.
It's like Alphabets. If you've ever had Alphabets.
All right.
Mark, who we shouting out to?
I have a good friend of mine I work with at a toy company named Katie, who's going through some stuff. So she's my pal Katie. You're a rock star, digging it. To the guys at Pancheros, that's a wannabe Chipotle that's open near my job. And when I went in to order my chicken burrito, which I try to only do once a week, the gal there was like, "You like black beans, right?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm a regular." They're starting to know my order, so they don't call me Norm when I come in, but yeah,
they're getting there.
So, yeah, they're getting there.
Working towards it.
I try to go once a week. Last week I went Monday and Thursday, and then Friday I came home from work midday, and so I called the lovely Mrs. Weber and said, "Hey, I'm coming home. I'm going to work from home this afternoon. Can I bring you lunch?" She was like, "Yeah, bring me one of those Panchero bowls." And I'm like, I'm there for the second day in a row, and I was walking in, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it 2 days in a row. I'm still feeling yesterday's 2-pound burrito." So I just got like a thing of chips. Couldn't do it. So to the fine folks at Pancheros, salute.
There. Matthew Matson says it was like Captain Crunch. Well, there. Okay, good. Because I don't know. Again, I'm like Mark. I had never had it myself. So was going by what it looked like in the commercial.
My daughter just tried Cap'n Crunch this weekend. She dug it. She was like, "Yeah, that's some good stuff." I said, "Do you like should I get it with the crunch berries?" "No," she said. No.
Baby steps.
Doesn't want the crunch berries. Okay.
The radioactive crunch berries.
Yeah, she doesn't want them. So
the next step is peanut butter. Peanut butter crunch.
Oh, yeah.
Do they
I think she likes peanut butter.
Yeah.
She doesn't like straight peanut butter, so I'm betting peanut butter crunch is a no.
Mm.
But just this week, she decided that marinara is okay. Like on pasta. I'm like, you eat pizza. Obviously, you're okay with spaghetti-ish sauce.
Well,
just this week.
She's just getting into high school, man. It's a strange time of oddness and wonder.
Hormones, your body is changing. You're liking marinara now.
Stuff that
don't even know you.
Stuff that didn't taste good last week is going to taste good now.
So you should try more things.
I don't think there was a point in my life where I ever didn't like marinara.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
we'd have been cast out.
Don't tell me that you don't like marinara, but you eat pizza.
We didn't like tomato sauce in its many forms as children. We'd have been left at the firehouse.
Right.
That would have just been I was a picky eater as a kid. There was 5 or 6 things that I would eat on a regular basis, and that was it. But if one of those was not, marinara, then that would have been it. That would have been the line.
Grandma would have taken you to an exorcist or something. Forget it.
Or just beat me to death with a spoon. Anyways, we had the Italian grandma and all that entails.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we shout out to, Mark Weber?
That's it. Plenty.
All right. I'm going to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsors at Kokomo Toys. Give a shout out to our good friend HCC788, Brian Lower, who goes on his live stream before us every night. and sends a lot of audience this way. We really appreciate that. Give a shout out to everybody who's watching this at home tonight live. If you're catching us on the replay, we love you too. If you're catching us on the audio replay later in the week, hey, thanks. We appreciate all of you. You all count the same. Be sure you head down, put a little thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's face it, if you watched it once, that Google metric's just going to keep coming back and throwing us in your feed over and over again. So you might as well just subscribe. If you catch us on Facebook, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy, because we love little huggy guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all she wrote on this week. What's on Joe Mind? We'll be back next Tuesday at 9 for another fantastic episode. As our friend Vagon likes to say, stay safe, and if you can't, be careful. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Have a safe weekend, too. And we'll be back with you next Tuesday. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for the button, Buster Rhymes.
Right? There it is.